this lured me to another research paper until I found like this amazing system that's a superconducting system that not many research actually has been done on it. So I said, okay, that's something intriguing for me and I actually want to do research on it. So I went to Dr. White, discussed it with him. We decided, okay, so now we're going to apply for a research grant and our research proposal, and we got like the research grant from Sure Grant from the College of Sciences here in Central, and I did research during the summer. Last summer was my first research experience and was pretty amazing. My name is Mohamed Nawwar. I'm from Egypt. I was working all summer, so I didn't like have any classes. I didn't have anything going on. While you make the material, like, or synthesize your material, you just put it like in the furnace for like a whole day. There was some free time for me, and that's when my other side project kicked in. So the other side project, we needed to like have a probe. The probe is like to measure the electric resistivity at high temperatures. So what we wanted, a circuit that could be got inside the furnace at like 200 degrees or like 300 degrees. So we can measure the electric resistivity as a function of temperature. That's where like I also spent like some of my free time working on this. We made the probe and we like updated the probe. Like we had two versions of the probe. So after we like made the probe, we successfully made it. Then we said, okay, we wanna try to actually test it. So we were looking around in the lab, like any conducting material that just conducted electricity. We would like find some nails or like something. We just like cut it, make a sample of it, and just put it in the furnace and test it. It was pretty awesome. And while I was just looking around, I found my pencil. I said, okay, that's interesting. I know pencil just conducts electricity, so let's try it. So we tried pencil, and it showed very interesting behavior that we didn't expect. And that just like kicked us in, like, oh, that's gonna be an interesting project. Let's try another sample of pencil. We try another sample, and it gives the exact same behavior. And then we started, okay, let's try a different hardness, and actually like, let's make this a project. And it sounds like very interesting. We're working on this right now. We're using molten salt method. So this method is not very popular in the United States. It was found by I saw it by the Chinese team. The interesting thing about my material, it's very challenging to synthesize it using the usual way. It's called like solid state method. So the usual way is just like put in the furnace at very high temperature and just like synthesize the material. The problem with my material, we cannot get temperature higher than like 300 degrees. Now the Chinese team, what they did, they used like molten solid state method when they actually like have pretty much potassium hydroxide or like the flux itself. And then we put like all our components inside the flux and just like put on hot plate or like furnace at pretty low temperatures, like minus like 260 degrees, and then just leave it for like some time, and it's gonna like react eventually. That was my synthesis material, like